I'm a Pitbull, and I approve this message.
Hey, hello now. Hey there. Hey, welcome to Conversations with a Pitbull. I will be Foster Carter.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm Danny Mason.
And she would be Paula Archer. Oh, she's not there. All right, somebody's out feeding dogs and yada, yada, yada. But, hey, man, you know what? I really miss you on Tuesday, boy.
Oh, yeah?
God, man, it's a whole nother show without you, you know, and I'm flying and you know, I ain't got no wingman, and you know, it's like fighting those what they call them, I forgot what it was when the guys on their ass with the trying to lock on.
Oh, Top Gun?
Yeah, and that. Hey, there she is. How are you, dear?
I'm good, yo.
Oh, hey, I can't complain. You looking lovely. Are you as happy as I am?
You know, good morning, Danny.
Hey,
Sorry.
Good morning, Paula. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I made a flying trip to the pharmacy to pick up my medicines because I've been out for the last 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And, you know, people are stupid. They're amazing. I just don't get, I don't know. You know, they need warning labels on everything these days. So anyway, I'm good now that I'm back home and I'm with you guys. And
I thought you were going to say that the people need warning labels on themselves. Like, we should make people wear shirts that say, I'm stupid, and avoid me at all costs.
Exactly. Don't ask me, because I
have yet to learn how to walk down the street. Please avoid me.
That would be a good one. Or people at gas pumps. I won't go there. But you know.
So who
I'm
we
glad
got
to be here.
Who we got with us today?
We have Jack, and I hope Zoe is with him. Jack is the founder and owner and president and everything of Miami Dog Runners, and they are in Florida. So I can't wait to hear all about his projects.
Really? I mean, like dog runners, like drug runners, kind of. Are you sure we want to have them on? They jumping across the border and dogs and trucks and stuff. That's not cool, Paula.
Yeah.
Jack sent us a nice email, explaining kind of like what they do, and I'm really eager to talk to him as well. How he got, he had an interesting story about how he got involved with what he's doing. I think his whole thing is trying to find more activity, get our dogs more active, and find ways for them to get a little bit more active with some different things they can get into, and teaching people how to get more active with their dogs. That's good, because I need to figure that out.
Like
too,
running, like running them across the border and stuff. Is that, Paula? What are we doing here? So these guys are dog running, drug runners. They stuff the dogs with drugs and run them across the border in Florida, and they not even know how you do that. Because I thought we did it in Mexico.
I'm like, what border are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so I'm missing something, huh?
Yeah, you'll just have to wait until Jack's on the line and
Well, get Jack in here then.
Explain it to you. See, what they do is they have those cute little coats on the dogs,
Right.
You know, because it's so cold in Florida, right?
Right.
So they have these cute little coats on the dogs, and they just like tuck the drugs up underneath.
That's what I
That's how
thought.
they do it.
I know where there's a will, there's a way. You know? I mean, yeah. Here in
That's for
California,
sure.
we've seen everything at the border. So when are they? Where are they at? Are they ready to come on now so we can get this puppy started? If not, let's start off with saving some dogs.
I'm not sure, Chris, if you have them added, if they're there, if they're standing by. Might have to give them a minute or two. But while we're waiting to see if they're added to the Skype, Tuesday's show, you know, we featured the San Bernardino dogs.
That's
because
right.
we had Maria Sanchez on the show.
Wonderful lady.
And I have some news.
Oh.
We had adopted Ted, Stacy, and Amanda.
Really?
We had rescued. Rescued was Brian, Dino, Taylor, Maisie, and Jewel.
Wow.
And from today's show, one of the dogs that was going to be on today's show, cute little pup. I was going to try to get her to come home with me, but you know, anyway, Rain was adopted, and she was supposed to be on the show today. So San Bernardino is really helping, you know, helping us to get dogs, or I guess we're helping them to get dogs some exposure, get them rescued, get them adopted, saving lives.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
That's really awesome.
That's amazing. Well, I tell you, it's a wonderful thing that, you know, that you're doing there, Paula, because, you know, somebody told me that, you know, that we could save more dogs. And I was like, well, yeah, we all could, you know, but we're doing the best that we can.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like the people are so used to the such instant, you know, gratification and instant messaging and instant everything, and it takes a lot to do this show. You know what I mean? And it's like the even though the mechanism and the media, the vehicle that we're using is pretty powerful and far-reaching. It's also it's not absolutely congruent or optimal for that quick. You know, that quick type of turnaround, but the fact that it's getting done at all is a huge success. You know what I mean? And it, you know, just keep at it, and it's wonderful to hear that kind of news when you come in and hear that somebody's listening or watching, and if it's helping in any way, then it's good. You know what I mean?
So how many dogs was that, Paula, total?
Well, that's 8, but I didn't have time to check every dog that we had on the show Tuesday because I was running errands and dealing with really stupid people. So I'm going to guess that maybe there was more. I just, you know, I don't have an exact count.
Okay,
so.
all right. Now, hey, I see your Skype
That's
is up.
8. I'll take it.
I see the Skype is up, Paula, and our friend
Jack is online. I think. Jack, are you there?
Hey everybody.
How you doing?
There we go.
Hi, Jack.
Good.
Hey man.
First, I wanted to thank everybody, but now I don't want to thank Foster because he's blowing up my spot.
Exactly, man. Well, you know, you see, you know, you got to understand where I come from, because when they say runners, you know, this is in L.A. and they, you know, what we know about runners in the border is, I'm like, well, wait a minute. So
it's like, oh, I'm in the transport business. I'm like, oh, for real?
So that was my past life.
You guys, my hero, Cesar Millan. You know, he crossed the border on foot.
Oh, wait a minute.
He came over on foot, so you know the border's okay sometimes.
Well, that's good. Foster doesn't he has his own thoughts about Caesar for his past reasons, but
all I can say is Google.
Anyway, Jack, tell us about the Miami Runners. What are you guys doing down there? Tell us a little bit about yourself and the organization.
Yeah, Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And Paula, I just was seeing all the good work you're doing on Facebook, saving so many dogs. So thank you very much.
I want to see Zoe. Where's Zoe?
Yes, that's what I wanted to get to first. So right now, check it out, guys. I don't know if you can see, we've got Zoe. That's my dog, the Brindle, down there. She's half Pitbull, half Greyhound, and she's playing with her new friend Chewie, straight out of Star Wars.
Nice.
They're having a good time. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah, we see it. I can't.
Sorry about all the stuff in the house. I've got some visitors from Italy as well.
Oh, please don't worry about it, man. We don't allow cameras in my house.
Yeah, even you see my new house. I just moved into a new place, and I got so much stuff in there, man. Fred Sanford would throw rocks at me. My stuff is piled high and deep. I got a PhD in junk right now. So, but go ahead, Jack.
And Paula
Wow.
can't say nothing. She just moved across 6 states, so she's boxed up.
Oh.
Yeah, so no problem. No Anita Bryan around here.
I appreciate it. So yeah, these two dogs are going at it. I'm gonna get them on their run right after the show because we missed it this morning. And if they miss a run, you can see the difference.
That
So
energy.
basically, what I do, growing up, I was I was running track and running marathons and stuff like that. I got into the corporate world. So if you had talked to me a year ago, you would have seen a stressed out man in a suit who didn't want to go to work. You know what I mean? I was just burning out. Hey, guys, hey.
Kind of like
I gotta regulate sometimes here in the house.
That's right.
So I rescued Zoe a year ago, and when I got Zoe, so you have me. I was stressed, worked under pressure, working 80-hour weeks, traveling. Not really the happiest person in the world. I grew up with a dog, and I had a veterinarian. Well, my mom's a veterinarian, so I always remember just always being happy with dogs.
Oh, wow.
But I'd gotten away from dogs, and I was back in the human world, like Paula was saying, the warning label world. And so one day, after I was stressed out. It was a Friday night. I went to the Miami Pound. It's a kill shelter, and I walked in, and you all know the story how that goes. I walked in, and I was just overwhelmed with all the amazing energy.
Exactly.
And that's it. I mean, and ever since then, it's been game over. I went all the way down to the end of it's like death row. I went all the way down to the end.
Right.
Zoe was in a corner, shaking and abused and all bony with her tail in her legs, but we made eye contact, and I just said, that's it. You're coming with me. And the rest is history now. It's like, you guys know, Percy Sledge, when a man loves a woman.
That's right.
It's like you can say the same thing when a person loves a dog. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll hang out with her before any of my friends. I quit my job, and now I'm just dog running. And dog running changed our lives because she got confident. Now she's a pack leader. For me, it made me more calm and happy. And then we started running other people's dogs, and now I am sore. Now I need to hire more runners because I need help.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. And that's been a year?
That's it. When I just really got started with the dog running 2 months ago. I've been running with Zoe for a year, and you could see the transformation. And everybody that would see us at the dog park would say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that's the same dog." And then you all have seen the same type of transformation,
Right.
And so then people are working 80-hour weeks, and they have say a pit bull that's in the house all day, bouncing off the wall. So they say, "Hey man, can you come pick up my dog and take him for a run?" And they see it. They say they change. After they go on these runs, they're relaxed, they're happy, they sleep. My specialty is high energy dogs. Like I'm ADHD, so it's like dogs like me. And then also aggressive dogs, because really it's just like people. If you're happy and you're active, and also they take them to work on the socialization, so they learn how to play with other dogs, and it changes their lives. I think.
Well, explain to people what it is that you guys do, how the whole thing works.
Okay, so the thing works right now. The base of my business is in Miami Beach, but now I'm expanding in other parts of Miami. Someday I want to have like the dog heaven Disney World of the epic place for dogs.
Cindy Marabito.
But right now the way it works.
You need to meet Cindy Marabito.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
I have my pad ready. For you guys.
Yeah, Paula will make sure you guys get hooked up.
She's putting together like a dog utopia, right?
Yeah. Dog, here's something that it is called. Pardon me for
Dogland.
Doglandia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doglandia.
So you guys got to share a dream there that we could, and both of you guys do two different things. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue with
oh man, if you can give me a job in there, I'll pick up poop, whatever I have to do. So basically, yeah, it includes, I go pick up the dog. I do a free consultation because I need to get to know the dog. Every dog is different, just like every person. So I pick them up. First day, we're just getting to know each other. So, you know, one example, I just had a dog, Tech. You guys would love Tech, big, strong pit bull. And the owner said, you know, hey, be careful. He's kind of aggressive. He's the boss, you know, he's the big dog. He even has a Superman or a Batman sweater he wears. Yeah. So this guy is, you know, and so I start the first day, you know, we're just gonna jog. We're gonna work it out. We're gonna run. We're gonna jog. We're gonna get to know each other. I want Tech to trust me, and just like when you meet a person, you know. So the first day it was all good. I wore him out. He slept like a baby for 2 or 3 days. When he came back from the second, I call them adventures. When he came back for the second adventure, he was ready, man. It's like we're already friends. So we go running. Now we're picking up the pace. Now I can let him off the leash and be a little more social with other dogs. And it was amazing. He had never played with other dogs other than the one other pit bull he lives with. And now he met like a girlfriend at the park. Now they were kissing under the tree on his water break. And so we include everything. We work it out. Like we do some sprints. With my dog Zoe, we have to run the full hour because she's got greyhound and pit bull. So you can image.
Oh yeah, got greyhound.
So with her, it's everything I can give to wear her out. And still, I haven't found her limit. With other dogs, like I had a little Bichon, and with that Bichon, obviously it's a totally different workout. When I'm walking, he's sprinting. Right. So and now, it's tailored for him.
Right. Do they have leash laws in Miami?
They do. And
I was just wondering.
I hope the Miami police aren't watching because
That's right.
I'm a little bit of a renegade, but I'm smart about it. I'm responsible.
Yeah.
And
because you seem like a wonderful person, and I'm just trying to avoid that, you know, because you can do 100 great things, and that's one accident, kind of something came up and it just destroys. People don't, you know, believe me and Danny, we know. You know, they look past all the good you did. It was just that one time, you know, and that's all they want to remember. So
it's interesting. I've been dealing with this too, Jack. Like I just moved into a new place out here in Los Angeles, and the dogs are getting acclimated to this new space. But as you can imagine, like we're kind of overwhelmed with unpacking and work and doing all this stuff or whatever, where I'm trying to figure out, like, how do I keep them, I got to get them active, but my time is actually, like, really pressed right now. And it's like figuring out a whole system for them right now during my own transition is very difficult. And one of my male dog, his name is Jack, by the way. He's an American Bulldog. He's like real cool and whatnot, but like we live under the flight path of an airport, and so he'll start barking every once in a while at night.
At 7:47.
Yeah, and it's not like wailing or any like really. He's a dog. You know what I mean? Exactly. He's supposed to whatever, but I'm trying to figure out how to, like, I was reading, like, how do you stop these dogs from barking? Because I'm not a trainer, and I don't want to call my trainer. I don't want to call my trainer friends like 3 a.m. But one of the things I was looking was like one of the 5 things they say is like tire them out, like get them running or get them doing something so that during the day they get tired out and then they chill out like at night. So what you're talking about is kind of cool.
Jack, engineers telling us we need to take a break to pay some bills. So we're going to take a commercial break and we come right back, okay?
I'm going to get some tips. I'm going to get my free consultation while you're here.
Yeah, and I'll tell you about that too. So we'll be right back after this. All right.
You're watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live, a show about dogs, the people that love them, and real issues. Brought to you by Pitbull Energy Drink. Available in a wide variety of flavors, guaranteed no aftertaste. CWAPB Live will be right back after this dog fact of the day.
Dogs are about as smart as a 2 or 3-year-old child. This means they can understand about 150 to 200 words, including signals and hand movements with the same meaning as words. Please support your local rescue groups. They do more to support your community than any others.
Okay. Excuse me, you're supposed to go to Danny because I'm eating my vegan nuts, man.
You're eating these nuts?
Hey, these, no. All right, let's back up. Cut that part out.
He said he should have cut somewhere else. I was gobbling up these nuts.
Yeah, I'm eating these nuts. But I got to tell you, though, Paula, you there, right? You guys got to hear this.
Yep.
A friend, and it's a really good friend, too. Somebody that's a fan of the show and stuff, right? But they said, Foster, I really got to tell you, you got conversations with a pit bull, and you have the nerve to have a show called Foster's Animal World, but yet you're sponsored by somebody that's cooking chickens. And I said, okay, yeah, that was a dig, but it was the truth. But I said, well, this is the choice we have. We got 5 hours a week of animal world and information and education and sharing and support that we could keep that 5 hours and have it supported by someone who owns restaurants and different things, or we could not do anything at all. So whereas you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you know, but and when they stop selling chickens and people stop eating and the vegan movement takes over and it becomes the standard, then but until then we're doing the best we can. You know, it's like, hey. So anyway, Jack.
Well, I'm like Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction. Like, bacon tastes good, pork chops taste good.
right.
So you know,
yeah,
you don't get one of these just by rabbit food, my friends. And you've seen my donut escapades on some of these morning shows. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what
nuts
you got to do.
Nuts and berries, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. So,
I'm sorry, Jack. I was just talking about my own personal thing. I'm in this situation right now where if you were here, I'd be like, Jack, I don't want to put your business out there, but like, Jack, how much does your program cost?
Right.
I need somebody like you to come by at the proper time that's convenient, take Jack out for a run, tire him out so that I can get through my own transition. So I think it's probably very great with down there in Miami where the weather's nice. Like I'm sure the expansion is probably, it's never going as an entrepreneur as fast as you would like it to go, but I'm sure it is working, isn't it?
But let's get in this business though. Jack, tell us how much, for everybody in the Miami-Dade County area, and I'm sure you travel, 50 miles in each way, each direction, except for the ocean, you have to hit the Bahamas. How much does it cost for us to have you come to the house and pick up Fluffy?
You got it. So right now, I'm very much in the testing phase, and there's a rule in entrepreneur. So just so you guys know, my background is in law and business. So
cool.
When I came into this, it really it's about the dogs. It's not about billing hours, and this is an escape from that world. So. So to be honest, when I set my prices, I set them high because they always say, err on the high side. It's easier to bring them down than bring them up.
Right.
And what I found is the prices I set, I could tell that they were kind of stressing my clients out a little bit. They were happy about the service, but I could tell it was a little uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, I was saying, okay, for one adventure, you're going to be looking at $55 if it's one time. Mm-hmm. But then if you sign up to a bunch of them, then it could be $35 each time. Right. What I found is, and this is just being candid, 30 is really what I think is a fair price. Right. And in some situations, I've gone all the way down to 20.
Yeah. How many times?
I'm negotiating.
Oh no! You're saying all of the right things, and that all of that makes sense. My thing is, from your standpoint, and because it's a great idea, first of all, congratulations on doing that. But from what you've seen in the clients that you've had so far, what would you recommend, regardless of what the cost is? Is the amount of times you would be good for you to take a dog out on a weekly basis for it to feel good?
Right. Yeah, and that's, again, they're on different plans. I have one of my clients, her name is Sean, and she actually lived out in LA for a long time, and she rescued a dog from Mexico, from the streets of Mexico, named Paloma. Paloma is just like Zoe, a hound mix. So with Paloma, I take her out 5 days a week, and we run 5 days a week. And that for Paloma, she's happy. That's what she needs. Those 2 days off, she needs those 2 days off, but more than that, and she's back to being hyper.
Yeah.
So 5 days a week, and her owner says she's happier than ever, laying by the pool.
That's damn.
I have other dogs, like let me think, Jimmy. Gemini is one of my dogs that I take once or twice a week because he's a tiny little, I think he's a corgi. And 2 days a week is good for him. I take him on a real good run for a day, and then 2 days he's kind of relaxed. So 2 days a week. And then I have some that are one a week.
Well, what about like these? Because like one thing with like bulldogs, like like I've always had American bulldogs, and just because of their phenotype, they have a lot of just breathing issues, even if they're just getting their couch lounge on. Like, so like they're like, you take them for a walk around the block, and they seem like they just like ran a marathon.
Right.
Like, how do you? Well, I guess that's part of that initial consultation. Did you kind of like see what they're capable of first of all, or
exactly? Yeah, with certain breeds, like especially with the bulldog, you have to be careful. Just like with the French bulldog, and other dogs with the breathing, the pugs.
Yeah.
So with them, I really break it up into intervals, and I take a backpack. I have water ready to go at any point in the run. And right now I'm in the process. I'm going to be getting my licensing for CPR and everything. I'm a little behind on that, but I want to be ready. So what I do is intervals. So with the bulldogs, I'll take them when we start. I want to set the pace because I need to be the leader. So I'm going to take them on a 10-minute jog. And that's probably, they're going to be tired after a 10-minute jog. They're going to be, the snorting.
I know. They start
so,
breathing heavy, make Darth Vader laugh. Like they're a bulldog. You hear a bulldog sit down after he's been running for 10 minutes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I know when all the people on the street stop and stare and get that scared look that it's time for a water break. So I do lots of water breaks. With dogs like that, we might do 5 or 6 water breaks in 1 hour. And I'll give them a chance to lay down in the shade, have water, and then that's when I use the social time. When they're tired, it's the best time to let them socialize with other dogs because they're in that happy, euphoric state. And their guard is down, they're not aggressive, and they're happy to see other dogs. Mm-hmm. So I really pay all my attention to the dog. One of the things that inspired me to do this is I see the dog walkers, and their whole thing is it's a numbers game. How many dogs can we walk at the same time, and how quickly can they poop in peace so that we can go drop them off and make our money? And that's not what I do. I never take more than 2 dogs at a time. And if I mix 2 dogs, it's for a reason. Right. Like Zoe has a good influence on a lot of dogs, so I take her a lot to set the vibe.
Calm them down.
Exactly. It's kind of like having a party. You have your one friend that's the conversation starter. You have your one friend that knows how to put on the right music.
That's right.
Your one friend that starts whistling.
Yeah.
So, so I don't know. It's a science, really. I don't listen to music or anything like that. When I'm with these dogs, I'm feeling the dog. Right. I'm in his world or her world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome, man. And also to be able to return to something that you did, and as an athlete, like early on, like there's so much enrichment that just comes from the athletic side of it, but most people, as you know, it's like they're not capable of like providing that running for like a dog. It's actually a unique, not super unique, but it is a unique skill within that sphere. I think you'll do really well with it, man. To have somebody that says, hey, you know what, I'm like almost like a personal trainer for dogs, and it just comes from the love. I think that's really cool.
Well, Jack, we have one of our associates on one of the phone lines, Cheryl Herka in Portland, Oregon. And I think she's got something she wanted to ask you because she does bully walks every Sunday. Cheryl, you there?
I'm here, Foster. How is everybody?
I'm good, dear. And you? How's everything in Portland?
Everything's beautiful up here. Looks like it's going to be a great weekend. I'm in my car right now. Took off work early because I'm getting ready to go over and set up to have our Pitbull education booth at the Portland or the Northwest Pet Fair this weekend that they have every April. So I'm real excited about that. It's a great event. If anyone in the Portland area is listening, come on out and say hello this weekend. Admission's free.
Okay.
And I'll be giving my responsible dog ownership presentation both days. So I'm really looking forward to that. I always look forward to educating the public about
ask
Go
you,
ahead, dear. Go
Cheryl,
ahead.
I wanted to ask you about that. Have you ever videotaped that presentation?
No, I haven't. And if I ever run into somebody that's got some equipment that can videotape it, we'll certainly do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see that, and you do it on the show and stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah, that'd be great. It's about responsible dog ownership, and I just talk about responsible dog ownership for all dogs, all dog owners, but I kind of focus on breed-specific legislation because really, I think we all agree that being a responsible dog owner is how we're going to stop this breed-specific legislation. If we can all get a handle on having control of our dogs, I think there's not going to be any excuse to be banning certain breeds.
Absolutely.
I did have a question for your guest. His name is Jack, I believe.
That's right. Well, you can call him Jack, though.
Hey, Jack. This is Cheryl in Portland, Oregon. And you mentioned you were working with a client who had a Pitbull mix. Aren't they banned in Miami-Dade County?
They are banned. That is correct. And by the way, my sister lives in Portland. I love this. That's my favorite place to visit. Yeah, they are banned in Miami, and it's something that it's not right. We need to change it. A lot of people are working on it. I'm new to the show, but I'm working on it now, and we're gonna end it. That's not right. It's there's pit bulls everywhere here in Miami though, because there's unfortunately, just like Miami has the history, quarter you're talking about, Foster. I mean, here in Miami, we have a history of breeding the dogs for the fighting and the racing.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you see a lot of you go to the pounds and you see a lot of pit bulls here. And so just like you were saying, it has nothing to do with the dog. It's the owners.
No.
And I meet the most precious, sweetest pit bulls in the world every single day. And, you could just go give them a kiss right when you see they're full of love.
That's right.
So
well,
here
Jack,
in Miami,
if you're working on it there, then you must know Dahlia Carnes.
Gaines.
Danes?
Yeah, Dahlia Gaines.
Dahlia Danes?
Yeah. In Miami. Jack?
Yeah, in Miami with the coalition.
Jack, do you know?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, she's a good lady.
Yeah,
Okay, good deal. I was going to hook you up if you didn't know her.
Getting on board.
Yeah, man, because, you guys got a real fight on your hands down there.
Yeah, you're going to win, though. They're going to win.
Right, but we will tell you this. From the way that the rest of the nation looks at Florida, it's not just a pit bull issue. Florida's got issues.
Yeah, you're also. I was reading something also, Jack. Weren't you talking about there's one of the issues down there is just the lack of green areas and stuff to take dogs, even if you do have the time or the means to spend time with them. There's a lack of just spaces for dogs to play, and the ones that they do have are in poor condition. Sometimes they have flea infestations and stuff like that. Can you talk a little bit about some of the unique problems that you're experiencing down there?
Yeah, you guys are nailing all the big ones, all the big points, because there are issues. I'm a critic, but I want to be an activist. I don't want to just be a critic. I want to change it all because, one, with the breed discrimination, it's very bad here. There are people that have had to move to Broward County just to escape the breed discrimination. And with the parks, where I live, I'm within running distance of about 6 parks, but that's rare. As far as the county is concerned, there is not enough green space, and the few spaces we have are infested with fleas.
Wow.
So a lot of my clients, I end up telling them, hey, I'll wash your dog for free just because I don't want him to bring a flea home.
Right. Right.
And it's sad because even last year they were closing schools in Miami saying there wasn't enough state funding, but yet they're opening up all these private prisons. So, the issues run very deep. They run very deep.
That's right.
And it's sad, but we're going to do it.
That's great.
Like Foster always says, just follow the money.
Follow the money, baby. Let me tell you, too.
That's what the prisons are for.
Hey, since you said fleas, which is one of my little pet peeves, it's like I hate them because if there's a flea anywhere on the block, he will find mine, okay? So I got to tell you this. There's a soap, and you can go to Trader Joe's and other places. I don't know the name of the stores you have there, but you can find it on the internet too. And it's called Dr. Bonner's. Are you familiar with that, Jack? Dr. Bonner's.
I'm writing that one down too, man.
Oh man, listen, Dr. Bonner's Pure Castle soap, okay? And I'll tell everybody out there, okay, don't get all of this flea medicine and stuff that will kill you and your dog and spray your house and all of these insecticides. Dr. Bonner's Pure Castle soap. Now, they make a couple of different flavors, but you have to get the eucalyptus, okay? Get the eucalyptus because this stuff is so incredible. And you get a spray bottle and put about 2 teaspoons in the spray bottle and then mix just water because it's highly concentrated, okay? And this stuff will kill fleas instantly. You know how you can spray the fleas with some of these products, right? You take, on the bottom of your dog, you take 1 drop of this stuff and put it on your finger and you roll your dog over and you know where the fleas are and you touch it, right? Now, because, you spray them with insecticide, they hop off and go have their babies, and then they might die an hour from now. You touch the flea with this stuff, and it's dead instantly. Right. It's serious, and you can spray it. You can brush your teeth with it. It won't kill you. That's the whole thing. And it'll kill the fleas. It won't harm your dog. You can spray your yard with it. You get one of those bottles and put on it. I put it in a 5-gallon sprayer, and spray the grass and all around the dry areas of the house. I'm telling you, man, they're dead instantly. That's the beauty. It's not like they're going to be able to go off and, breed in the corner and stuff.
One of the things I wanted to talk about, because we were talking a little bit about some of these, some economics, not only as an entrepreneur, but I don't know if you guys heard, like CNN did a story earlier this month of talking about wealth disparity in our country and how it affects people with animals. And they were talking about how people that are poor, what is categorized as poor or whatever, are like disproportionately victimized or subject to a lot of laws and things that sometimes are crippling, when it comes to, owning a pet and whatnot. And there's actually an article, if you get a chance, everybody's got their pen or whatever, this cat named Elias Isquith wrote us an article on Salon.com. They do like different blogs and stuff like that. But he did a pretty nice article about this issue, dealing with this disparity, how people that don't have the means but they do have animals, are sometimes disproportionately victimized or subject to some of the laws that infringe upon them, and you bring up a lot of the social issues and a lot of the moral issues. And one of the things that kind of struck me, he was interviewing one of the heads of the Humane Society and asking her about some of these issues. And one of the things that, because you get it sometimes from people that have money, and they look at people that don't have money and they say, well, you shouldn't have a dog then. If you're getting hit with these fines or whatever it is because you don't have X or Y, regardless of their access to resources or regardless of whatever, it's well, just don't have a dog then, and then you won't have these problems. And it's kind of, I was just wondering, maybe we could talk a little bit about some of these things, because a lot of things we deal with out here, Jack, in our area, we deal with a lot of the Black and Latino population and trying to educate them. And there's, I think in something in people in areas where people do have money, like middle class areas and stuff like that, I think over 80% of the dogs are spayed and neutered. If you come to different parts of LA, like Beverly Hills or whatever, it's there's a pretty good they're taking care of their animals, they have the means and stuff like that. But in underserved populations and poor areas, I think it's something like the reverse, 80 or 90% are not spayed and neutered. And part of it is just cultural and stuff like that, but part of it also is just a lack of resources. And I think sometimes finding a bridge or putting these things on Front Street, like when we went down to Mexico, where it's oh no, this is beyond poverty. People are lined up around the block to get services. If you come around in a ice cream truck and you say, hey, I'll give you free, pet vaccinations, or I'll give you a class, or I'll drop, if we could drop off Cheryl's DVD of her responsible ownership. That's right. People want to help. They want to get involved. They want to do the good things, but sometimes it's just difficult. So we're trying to figure out ways that we can make it more easy for them. So I was wondering,
right.
Jack, like, or Cheryl,
Well,
like, what
wait
you
a minute.
guys thought about
Hold on,
that.
guys. Before you guys answer it, okay, we got 20 minutes left. 2 parts of business. One, we're going to take a break, so remember those questions, and we're going to come back and answer them, do one commercial, and then we're going to come back. And I got some dogs I got to save that Paula Archer has got around, so we can't forget our main mission. All right, so we'll be right back after this.
You got it.
Hey, are you tired of those same old energy drinks with bad taste? Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products with a guaranteed no aftertaste. Make a switch to Pitbull Energy Drink. Pitbull offers more energy with ginseng and vitamins B6 and B12. With a ginger ale lemon lime flavor, Pitbull meets the consumer's demand for better tasting and healthier energy products. For more information on Pitbull energy drinks, bars, and mixes, visit their website at hiphopbev.com. That's hiphopbev.com. Online orders available at hiphopbev.com.
All right, we're back. That was our great sponsors, Pitbull Energy Drink. Before we left, I was just talking to our guests about some of these. There's a story that CNN did earlier, which was kind of cool. Every once in a while, you see like a major news outlet doing a story that actually has some teeth, so to speak, and deals with some real animal issues. And they were talking about the disparity in economics and how it disproportionately affects some people, and trying to come up with some solutions. Like, how do we stop or mitigate just handing out tickets and fines for people that just aren't able to comply with the laws or able to do what they want to. And I thought we maybe open that up to our guests or to Cheryl or Paula, like, because I know it's different in different areas, but, you know, what are some of those things, Jack, that you might think may help alleviate that? You know what I mean?
Right, I hear you, Danny. I think it's going to be one of those things where we all had to chip. Hey, guys. Where we all had to chip in a little bit. So for me, for example, my business, I'm never going to let money come in between anything. I've run dogs for as little as $10. It just doesn't matter to me because the dog is going to benefit. And also in the future, I want to come up with a way where I can set a milestone for every certain amount of dogs that I run. I'm going to rescue a dog or foster a dog. I want to figure that out soon. I think the next step is to start fostering at least one at a time. So we all had to chip in. And, yeah, resources. You know, it's sad when you go into Petco, kind of like an issue you're talking about, where you see the really nice organic food. It might be $90 for a bag, and most people can't afford that. And then so they have to get, you know, maybe food that has damaging grains or something because it's all they can afford. And so it is tough. And I think it's one of those things where on the private side and the public side, everybody has to make an effort, because I look at dogs bring people together. I mean, dogs saved, I think, you know, you guys can say the same thing. They saved me, they saved you guys. Dogs are honest, and they bring real energy. And one thing is, you know, talking about social issues, my favorite thing about dogs is they don't discriminate.
Yeah.
You go to the dog park, you see every size, every color, every hair type. Nobody cares. They're all on top of each other going crazy, having a good time. And you see people that normally wouldn't talk to each other, like you're saying, from different social classes. I've seen people become best friends, like family, at the dog park, who normally would never cross paths, but the dogs bring them together.
Yeah, and that's part of what I'm saying. Sometimes it's like such a, I guess what's in my mind, like small hurdles that if you remove the small hurdles or just give just a little bit of support, like even people that are struggling or have issues, like sometimes those are the people that want to do it the most, or that can really benefit from it the most. And I think little stuff like, hey, you know what? We're going to carve out this little part of this area and make a little park. And that could change the lives of a whole lot of people. And it's like, all right, Danny, well, you don't know where that money comes from. You don't know what it means to, like, comply with safety rules to get a park, you know, set up. It's like, yeah, you're right, I don't. But, like, as a regular human being, it doesn't seem like a problem to say, hey, dude, or a private organization, put a patch of greenery here with some dog runs in it, and you know, some of that indestructible machines that they can like play on and stuff that are gonna be weather resistant, and let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously they haven't perfected the technology. I mean, the cloning technology where we could just have a million jacks running around and running with dogs and alleviate a lot of these problems yet. But until they get that done, Man, remove some of these little hurdles, don't you think? Is Cheryl still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm listening to you guys. Yeah, it's spay and neuter, fines for different things. It's a big deal, and I don't think a lot of people realize just how much it doesn't just affect the people with the dogs. I'm sure a lot of people end up surrendering their dogs at shelters because they can't afford to keep them or feed them. And it really has far-reaching implications, when you really start looking at it. But I think most metropolitan areas, because I know here in the Portland area, we have Oregon Spay and Save, we have Portland Spay and Neuter Assistance. I think most large metropolitan areas probably have resources in place, but I think the disconnect is the masses knowing the resources exist. I think a lot of these resources sit and wait for someone to come to them, and I think as a animal welfare community, we really need to do a much better job of getting the news out there to the people that need to hear it, out in not the ghettos, but, the neighborhoods that are out in the lower incomes, and just making it well known in the community so when people need the service or if they want the service, they know it's there. They don't have to wait to go find it. Because a lot of people, if they don't know what to do or where to go, they just don't do anything.
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't say it any more succinctly or clearly. I think you see it all the time. Just remove some of the barriers is all I'm saying. And I think with this show, with everybody's individual efforts that we're doing, we are making a difference in our own way, and it all adds up, I think. So kudos to everybody that's out there on the front lines or the behind lines or the sidelines doing something to make these dogs' lives happier, and also helping out their fellow human being as well, because we need a lot of help. And like Jack said, we can learn a lot from dogs. But one thing that we like to do on this show is keep the ball rolling and save some dogs, because that's what this is all about. So Paula is going to talk about some dogs that we have featured. Where are dogs from today, Paula?
These dogs are also from San Bernardino.
All right.
And that is I'm guessing right up the road from you guys, right?
Yeah,
right?
Or down the street from
Close
the house.
Relatively. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so San Bernardino's become our favorite child now, huh? Never mind. Go ahead, do your thing. Go ahead. No, don't answer that. Do your thing.
Do we need to let Jack go before you're cool with the CPU usage? Hey, we're having a good day. The computers are working.
I know.
Bandwidth is cool.
That's because we got Magic Chris over there.
Yeah, hang on for us, Jack. We're gonna save some dogs, and then we want to come back and get the last couple words with you, so people can find out more about your services and stuff.
I want to see it.
Let's go ahead and save some dogs, Paula. Go ahead.
I do want to say there is a canine flu outbreak in the Midwest, and I know people around the world are listening to our show, and they probably think that they might not be affected by this. But dogs are transported across the country. They're flown, they're shipped, so everyone needs to get a hold of their vet, find out if there is a vaccine out yet for that. They're saying that there's not, but I don't know, but I do want to make everyone aware of that.
Paula.
Flu outbreak. Yes.
Just save the dogs, because that whole flu, I started that. So there's a vaccine, and I'll come out with it later, when enough of you guys are sick and down, this is a money thing. Don't worry about it. So save your dogs, baby.
Okay. All right, I'm ready. Chris, if you're ready, first up we have Mason.
What a great name.
Mason is another one at Riverside.
Awesome name.
He is just a Yeah, of course. He is just a pup. He's 7 months old, and unfortunately, he is already facing death. He is a black and white Pitbull Terrier who really needs Calgon to take him away. He is cute and sweet. Please help him escape his death sentence. He just wants a forever home. And for more information on this puppy Mason, you can call Riverside County Animal Control. Their number is 951-358-7387. Now the next one we have, that is Randy. Randy was youth listed, and per the shelter, he is no longer available. Next up, we have Ellie. There isn't a lot of information on her, and her thread is dead. Not much happening with her. She doesn't have a lot of shares, and that's really sad for this beautiful girl, because she would make someone somewhere a real loving companion. It's sad of the disregard for the lives of these animals that people have nowadays. This female blue and white pit bull terrier is about 4 years old. She likely won't make it out of the shelter, and she may have already been killed because I can't get any information on her. She's also at Riverside. The number again is 951-358-7387. Now we have Sammy. Sammy was a bad boy. He was confiscated by the police, and he has until the 21st to come up with his bail money to get out of there. He's about 5 months old and a lovely blue and white pit bull terrier mix. If you know of someone looking for a cutie, here he is. Help out this baby today. Now we have Bo. Bo was confiscated by the police. Do you think he and Sammy were in cahoots? Might be, I don't know. But each are due out on the 21st, so let's hope these pups get a good loving home and never show up at the doggy jail again. Now we have Audrey. Audrey was transferred to Upland Shelter, and I hear that is a good move for her. She's moving up in the world, so you could call them if you would like more information about her. Now the last one today is Rain, and this is the cutie that I fell in love with. And the good news is she was adopted either this morning or late yesterday. So to make any of these others part of your family, you can call 909-384-1304, and they start answering the phones at 7:30 a.m. each morning. You can call Monday through Friday. The shelter is closed on Mondays, but there is a call center available. They will take your calls. This is San Bernardino Shelter, San Bernardino, California. And that's all I have today.
All right. Hey, if you guys are on your way or coming back from Coachella, take a quick stop over there, man, and help out one of those dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm partial to Mason over there. He's just got the greatest name in the world. You know what I'm saying? But you know, these dogs, they're in dire need, and you know, the animal shelters are trying to do their best to keep them alive and get them some home. So, you know, if you have it someplace in your heart, you can foster, adopt, or transport. Just do something to help those dogs, and it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, Paula.
Thank you, guys.
You see any cutie pies on there, Jack, that you think might have some 100-yard dash potential in them? You know what I'm saying? That little puppy at the end, Rain, might give you a run for your money, buddy.
I saw one. I got to go check the pictures again because I couldn't see them right now. But when I was looking last night, the ones you posted a brindle that looks. Yeah. I saw a brindle in there that looks fast.
Yeah, but I tell you, well, if you wanted to, because we can get dogs transported too. So we got low friends in high places. You know, like high places, like airplane places, that high.
Yeah, there might be some, you know, it's funny because whenever you got a new business, like everybody, as soon as they hear about how cool it is, they begin to start thinking of all this extra, like, stuff that you could be doing or, like, ideas for stuff. So it's like, keep running, brother. Just keep picking them up and keep running, and it'll grow, you know, as it should. But occasionally you'll come across somebody that's got a really cool idea of how you could actually pair up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might be able to put you in like the back of a semi with Richard Jennings and put some treadmills on there where they could run on their way to being transported or something. Yeah, I mean, there's all kind of cool stuff that my head starts rolling around.
And once you get the word out there more and your client base, it's just going across town. Because I knew a guy that, trainers. I mean, I'm not going to say I hate trainers. I'm going to say I dislike a whole lot of trainers, and there's only a few that I really care for. And to know more about that, because for me, training is basically three things. There is no such thing as a super trainer or somebody that's got this great plan or some lock on it. That is all bull crap, man. It is three things. One, love, food, and repetition. That's the basic training method of, I don't care who says they know what they say. That's the bottom line. So
I know running works because, it was always one of the things growing up when you were in athletics. Running was often a punishment, like when you're playing football or baseball or whatever. It's hey, go run some laps, and that'll get the whatever negativity or whatever poop butt stuff you were trying to do. That'll get it up out of you. So keep running, man. I know running works.
That's right. And I'm not.
Guys, it's not. Training isn't something you do for an hour a couple days a week. Training is something you do every moment you're with your dog.
That's right. What Jack is doing is different than, I kind of got off on the training thing a little bit because what I was trying to allude to is a friend, and because I was saying the word trainer, and I had a friend or associate that used to train Steve Wynn's dogs at the Wynn, the hotels guy, right? And he would fly in to Vegas 1 or 2 days a week, just for that client. And then, he would do the rest of his thing here in Burbank, So what you're doing, because Danny mentioned Richard. Yeah. So, and Richard is in Kentucky. So I could very well see, soon with the attitude you got. See, because you said two key things. One, you said it's about the dogs. And two, you talked about your life and what you were doing and finding happiness and peace and in life, period, in your work, which is key, man. But, one thing I want to suggest to you, too, have you ever seen that video that Steve Jobs made before he died?
Oh, that's kind of what touched me. That's right. I was watching that. I've probably watched that 50 times.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're on the same page. Yeah, because that's how we.
On the same page, man.
That's right. That's the,
Yeah, I knew that. It's not because if you're living like the way I was living in a sales job, just trying to make some money, the cards are against you because you're going up against time, and there's no amount of money that's worth your time. You're giving your time. So I said, I need to look deeper. And I said, okay, well, what do I really love? And I love being around dogs. I love them. And so for me, life has now completely changed. It's not about how much I can get or how fast I can go. It's more about just, hey, it's about it's about them and what we can do together.
And how good a life can you have? It's what is a quality life? Those are the really things that are important. Because. And don't get me started because, every time a friend passes away, I go on a whole rant. And I found out 2 days ago that my insurance man for 30 years, man, he passed away congestive heart failure all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago. Yes. And I called in trying to make a payment, and I found out he's dead. So it's very true that nothing is guaranteed. None of us know what that expiration date is. So you better live a quality life and find out what quality life is and be happy doing what you're doing. And if you're not doing it, change.
And also, do what Cheryl's talking about is as a responsible pet owner, it's be conscious of what the dog needs in their life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm really interested in. I love hearing these kind of stories that Jack's talking about, and I'm really interested in picking Cheryl's brain a little bit about some of these things, because there are better things that we can all do to make our dogs lives better. And I feel like, oh man, I could do more, but like I'm actually stretched right now, so I need some help. Like if I, and, you know, and sometimes it's just reaching out, because there may be somebody that doesn't do exactly what Jack does, but somebody that says, hey, you know what? If you can't have somebody come do something like cool and run, just bring somebody to. Maybe you do need a dog walker that can just do the diet version.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Jack, do this for me. We got 1 minute, right? Tell Danny.
You got it.
Tell Danny, because Danny, you can tell Danny's not a runner. Okay, so you don't have to worry about Danny opening up a Jack franchise. All right, so tell Danny what he can do to help dissipate some of his dog's energies a little bit within the block radius.
Yeah.
You got it. So yeah, I want to agree with all you. It's not about training. It's not about 1 hour. It's not even about the running. What it is when I run with these dogs, they feel like they have a purpose. They feel like they have a place. That's what we all want in the end. We're all scared. We want to feel like we belong. And dogs, that's the feeling that they want more than anything. So when we run, it's a feeling of we're together. We're on a team, just like you felt with football. When you run with those guys around that field, you never forget it. You remember you sweat in August, and then that's why you're still you know the bond you build. So for your dogs, and sorry not to go too long, for your dogs, it doesn't have to be running. I find that running is the best channel. But for you, it's an activity that you guys do together that makes you both feel more like a family, more like a team afterwards. So you and the dog are having a shared bond.
Yeah, because I got that. I'm like, but it's just all those activities are sedentary. Like me, I'm an editor, so I sit in the chair like 10 hours a day. So I'm trying to find out like something that like a dude is not in great shape with a dog who just needs to calm down a little bit, like at night. Like, what are some things you may be like, hey, and I've tried throwing tennis balls. He looks at me like I'm crazy. Like, maybe one tip that you could give me to say, hey, Danny, try this with your dog.
Dip that tennis ball in barbecue sauce.
Oh, for real?
No, I'm just saying. That'll get his attention. He'd be like, oh, he's trying.
You're right.
He'd be like, man, you really are crazy, Danny. Well,
I'm big on tennis balls for the agility and coordination drills, and it helps with listening, and a lot of dogs love it. But maybe, I know in LA you guys have some nice trails around the city, so maybe just going out to the trails and letting him run around and kind of, build that pack feeling together, where he can run around in the trees or the, whatever you have out there.
Yeah. We got space out here. That's one thing. California is, animal friendly, to the spaces. So I'll just maybe have to hook up with Danny and we take those dogs out there. And
I'm just in a position where I'm now having to reach out to resources that I know are there, and I have the means to take advantage of them, but I just don't, like, I'm stretched right now. I'm like, my life is in transition.
It's time,
like, you know how you may have felt when you left your job. It's like, hey, man, I got to figure out all this stuff, but I got this over here, and I want to make sure that they're cool. And they're cool. It's just, like, how do I make it better? And I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, I can tell I hope we all stay in touch. Danny, I can tell just off this conversation, your energy. I know your dogs love you, and your dogs are happy because you have a very peaceful energy.
Yeah, I need to get in shape too, so maybe I'll get my butt out there and do some brisk walking, or like them dudes in the Olympics or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the funny ass walkers. Like,
well, he just built them a 3-wing condo, so he's trying. So Jack, we're gonna have to go. Paula, Cheryl, once again, thank you so much, but we're out of time, and Jack, we'll be in touch for sure, man. Okay?
Yeah, I want to be in touch. Love you guys. Thank you for your work.
All right. Take care. Have a good one.
And shout out to our friends down in Mexico, where me and Foster went down there the other day. Marquez del Nino.
There you go. See, it's easy for him to say. We'll show you guys, talk to you guys more about that next week. One love. And he's a pit bull, and he approved that message.
I'm a pit bull, and I approve this message.